Hello everyone, it's the Shades here. Welcome again to Shades of Soapbox. Recently I got a suggestion for a rant about bad YouTubers like the Paul brothers, and while I wouldn't normally mind doing a video like that, trust me, I have a lot to say about the Paul brothers. Honestly, I don't want this show to be always about negative shit. I kind of want to introduce some positivity to this show. So today I'm going to kind of take that suggestion and spin it a little bit. Instead of talking about bad YouTubers and who to avoid, which trust me, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but the thing is I usually avoid those. I'm instead going to talk about some good YouTubers, ones that I think you should be checking out and definitely be watching or listening to in many cases. And of course, being the anti-tuber that I am, I think it's only right that I start with my fellow anti-tubers out there. The anime community is always needing to grow, and I am not one to hog the spotlight, so let me share with you some of my favorites. Last week I mentioned Mother's Basement for his comprehensive review of the Sword Art Online series, but he does a lot more than that. His in-depth analysis videos are absolutely phenomenal, and some of his stuff just really hits hard, and he gets some good jokes in there too. So definitely check him out. On top of that, if you want more analysis and less reviewing per se, Gigook is another good one. He used to be a reviewer, but these days he kind of fits more into the analysis category, looking at the lineups for spring and summer and basically the year-long review of anime, and he constantly is looking at different aspects of the anime community and anime culture to get an idea of what's really going on. Of course, if you want to talk about reviewers, I can't ignore my good buddy Professor Otaku, previous Internet Hall of Fame inductee, and a fantastic reviewer. He has since grown by leaps and bounds on his channel, introducing more shows on a regular basis. Not only his reviews continue to grow, but he's also doing a retrospective on the Gundam franchise as a whole, and a look at mecha in general. So if you're into mecha anime, Professor Otaku is probably your best choice. But when it comes to anime reviewers, I have to mention the best of the best, Arcada of Glass Reflections. I never got a chance to work with him personally, though we both have worked on the same site in the past at one point or another. Arcada has also grown immensely since his days at the D2 Brigade, and my god, his production value is amazing. His work with After Effects for his intro sequences and stuff like that are really good, but those are not his main point. He doesn't use those a lot. In fact, what really sells him is his overall review style. It's very similar to mine, breaking down specific aspects of each anime, from characters and story, sound and induction design, and things like that. He basically took the style that I had tried to create and ran with it, though I'm not implying that he stole it from me. He did this all on his own, so don't think this is a diss video. No, on the contrary, I think Arcada did it far better than I ever could have, so props to him. Let's move on to animation in general, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there who like to animate their lives, and I think a lot of them are really good. Right off the bat, the first one that comes to mind for me is Rebecca Parham over at Let Me Explain Studios. Her animation is absolutely phenomenal. It is amazing what she can draw, and her voice delivery is probably some of the best I've ever seen. It doesn't hurt that she has experiences in theater, which really sells it. She is amazing when she talks on the mic. If you want a good example of that, go check out her most recent video about her theater teacher, and let me tell you, you will laugh your ass off. In fact, there's at least a couple of clips that Maddie have turned into buttons because they're just so funny. It's amazing. Of course, another good one is Jaden Animations. She is amazing with her stories, really selling you what's going on, and her animation really tells the tale. Most of her stuff is pretty lighthearted, though. If you really want something intense, go check out her face reveal video. It was a hard video for her to produce, but I think it was well worth it. She bared it all on that video, and I think she needs some respect for that. So go check it out. Of course, Domix is another good one. I'm not as big a fan, admittedly, as the others, but it's still some fun stuff, and he was one of the first animation YouTubers that I came across, and I really enjoyed his stuff. And most recently, I came across The Odd Ones Out, which is another fun video. Not 100%, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the best of the best, but he is certainly hilarious at times, and his Subway videos are funny as hell, so definitely go check those out. Of course, me being the AMV guy, I have to give a shout out to some of my favorite AMV creators who are on YouTube. I'm gonna go with ones that are still somewhat more active, because AMV YouTubers tend to be pretty slow in releasing videos, but they make up for it with good quality, at least the ones that are really good. Of course, Because I'm Bored One has to be on the top of my list because he puts on amazing videos. I first came across this video where he introduced con footage into it as well, and it was beautiful to watch, so definitely check that one out, but the rest of his stuff is really good. Chica Boom is one I've featured in the past over on Fan in Paradise, and she continues to provide some amazing videos, so absolutely go for it. Shin AMV is another one. Awesome stuff. I cannot even begin to explain. It is some really good stuff. And of course, Ilya, another previous feature on Fan in Paradise, especially with Rahe, a VCA winning video. And even after that, Ilya continues to produce some amazing videos and stuff, many of which have gone on to win later VCA awards. So understandable. Ilya is an amazing creator. And of course, I mentioned Shin earlier, he's part of the Souls Team production crew. And they have put on some amazing stuff. Anime Got Talent being one of my personal favorites of theirs. So trust me when I say, when it comes to AMVs, these guys should really get you going. I'm going to mention a couple of game reviewers because that scene still doesn't get enough love, but I know a couple good people on it, and I have to mention former producer of ours, some call me Johnny. Johnny has done some amazing work since he left the Geek Fighters. He has grown immensely, and his popularity has been well-deserved, but I always say, if you can get more, get more. If you haven't checked his stuff out yet, definitely do so. He is hilarious to watch. Also going to give a shout out to somebody who probably doesn't cover a genre you would normally think would be popular or be good, but this one does it a great job, and that's Pushing Up Roses. I'd heard about her during the Channel Awesome days, during the peak of Channel Awesome success, when she worked with Paw on a lot of Let's Play videos. So when I found her own channel, I checked it out, and some of her point-and-click adventure game reviews are amazing. She has a really good delivery, very straightforward, but knows how to crack a good joke every once in a while. So absolutely go check her out. Finally, I've got to cover some musicians that I love. YouTube has helped grow the music scene by leaps and bounds, and especially when it comes to cover artists. Cover artists are so much better than they used to be because now they have their own platform and can release their own music. Of course, I have to start with two people who I've met in person and are just as amazing in person as they are on their videos, and that is Caleb Hiles and Jonathan Young. Caleb Hiles has an amazing vocal range, can go from deep to high-pitched in no time, and that allows him to really open up his range of music, going from heavy songs like his cover of Megalovania to heartfelt songs like his theme. Yes, I know both Undertale songs, but don't worry, that's not all he does. He's also done plenty of other songs, some mainstream, some geeky, of all different varieties, and it's really amazing. And of course, Jonathan Young, very much on the heavy rock scene, and really knows how to cover it, especially his cover of Disney songs. Yes, heavy metal covers of Disney songs. If you think that's impossible to do with some songs, go check out his cover of Hellfire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is intense. And of course, Caleb and Jonathan have worked a lot together with stuff like The Plagues from Prince of Egypt, which I honestly feel is better than the actual song from the movie, no joke, to stuff like Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, and a whole bunch of other stuff. They even did a live cover of Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie at MetroCon, and they actually used footage of that from the video. In fact, hey, little secret for you. If you watch that video at the very end, you might see some familiar faces, one in the front of the crowd and one sitting in the back with a camera. But still, aside from that, they are amazing people. Lady K got the chance to interview them both at MetroCon as well, and they were absolutely awesome to talk with, and I'm looking forward to meeting them again at this year's MetroCon. Also, another one I have to mention is Amelie. Amelie is an amazing artist. Her voice is absolutely beautiful, and her covers are perfect. Took a little while for her to pick up steam. Admittedly, some of her songs didn't quite click with me, but these days she hits it out of the park with stuff like her covers of Higurashi's theme song, Moonlight Densetsu from Sailor Moon. Yes, I actually like her version of that song, and many others are just phenomenal to listen to. I absolutely highly recommend you check them out. And finally, of course, no mention of cover artists would be complete without Nate Wants to Battle. Nathan Sharp has done an amazing job doing covers of many different songs from anime and video games, and he has only grown since then, developing his own studio. Yes, I'm not kidding, his own studio. Give Heart Records. And he's worked with other people, including voice actress Christina V. Oh my god, their cover of Heathens by 21 Pilots is amazing. I love it. I love it better than the original. But that's pretty much going to run the gamut for me as far as YouTubers that I really enjoy, most of which I feel are underrated, though a few of them are pretty well popular, no lie. I also have to give a shout out to my crew over at Randomania, who do a lot of the speedrun races that I do, so gotta give a shout out to them since I work with them. But nonetheless, even without me working with them, they are doing some amazing stuff with randomizer races. Definitely go check it out. But that's as much as I can cover here, at least the ones that I know. I'm sure that there are many other YouTubers out there that I should be checking out. But this gives you a general idea of A, what YouTubers I suggest, and B, my general preference when it comes to YouTubers. One thing about YouTube is that you need to open up your horizons and do more than just your favorites. You kind of have to expand your horizons beyond what your normal geeky preferences are. And thanks to that, I found some amazing YouTubers and got me interested in stuff I never would have even considered before checking them out. So that's going to do it for me here today, folks. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any YouTubers you think we should be checking out, and I'll take a look at them. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a follow-up video someday of fan suggestions. We'll see. And of course, if you have any suggestions for other Soapbox topics, put them down there as well in the comments. I'll take a look at them and see if there's any others I think would be worth trying out. And of course, if you would be so kind, I could appreciate some support on my Patreon page, which is located down in the description below and at the end card of this video. Shout out to my patron Solo Star for your continued support. Always appreciated, my friend. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining me as always here in the Soapbox. I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!